So when it comes to managing wounds on your farm, there are certain things you must do to be able to effectively manage it. And here on our farm, there are three ways that we use to manage wounds here. Go down. There are three ways we manage wounds on our farm. And these are the three things we use. The three things we use to manage wounds. So how do we manage it? Now, when our pigs have wounds, and of course, most of the times the most way they get their wounds is when they fight, because our pens, their rooms are very, very safe and conducive for them. So the only time they might get wounds is when they end up fighting with their pen mates or fighting with the other pigs from the other rooms. So that is the only time they get wounds rather. Now, depending on the severity of the wound, if the wound is a mild wound, we could just apply this. Or if you don't have money to buy this, you can go for this. This is the healing oil. Healing oil. You can get it at any vet shop. You just have to spray it. Spray it on the wound. You do it for like 2 or 3 days, and the wound will the surface of the wound will coagulate. It will close up and gum together, because this has so many ingredients that are specifically designed to heal wounds very fast, and it also helps to repel flies. So you are using one oil to cure wound and to also take away flies from the wound. Of course, flies can make the pig uncomfortable. Then this is a condemned oil. You just have to take condemned oil. You can go to a mechanic shop or all these people that repair bikes and tell them to give you oil for you to the condemned oil. So all you have to do is simply take a jerry can like this. This is a Pepsi bottle. You open it, pour it inside, and make a hole so you can easily spray it. I think this one is blocked because it's been long we use this. So we've been using this one most of the times these days. But before we saw this, we were using this condemned oil. So that's that. Now, if the wound is a big wound, like a wound that is very big and should be treated appropriately and not just sprayed or poured oil on, then that is where the pen strip comes in. Now, the pen strip is almost like the inner healer for the wound. These ones are the outer healers. Now, it's not even every wound that you pour these things on. Some time ago, 2 of our pigs fought, and the pig was wounded so badly, we could not even spray these things, because if you spray these things, it could enter inside the pig's body, inside the body of the pig. So we could not spray it. So all we had to do was to place it on this pen strip for 4 days, because the wound was so big. So we could not pour anything on the wound, because the more we pour it, the more those things, if you pour it GV, if you pour it this spray, if you pour it canola oil, this is will enter inside, therefore making the wound even more complicated and endangering the pig's health and life. So we could not pour anything. So all we had to do was place it on pen strip. Now, pen strip is almost like the wound healer from the inside, and not just healing the wound, it also prevents the wound from secondary infections and bacteria that will try to use that as an opportunity to affect the pigs. So this is the internal wound healer for pigs. The pen strip, it contains procaine penicillin. You all know the procaine penicillin that we human beings take. It contains it, and it also contains dihydrostreptomycin sulfate. All these things are things that helps the wound to heal faster. So if your pig have wounds, try your best to always have this on your farm. This is more, I will recommend this over this. This is the condensed oil. This is more like a cake way of doing it, but you can also try it because it works. I used it for many years and it always worked for me. If you check some of my videos from 2 years back, I was always telling you guys to use condensed oil for wounds till I saw this. Every day we learn new things. So the more you discover, the more you change your ideologies and way of doing things. So that's where this one comes in. And of course, the pen strip. So you must have this on your farm. Now, pen strip is not just for wound. There are so many other purposes of having pen strip on your farm. So this is a must-have antibiotics on your farm and not just for wounds. So that is basically it on today's video. See you in the next one.